really important that we begin to change the mindset of young people to know that your vote counts.
They don't understand that the legislative arm of government is actually a co-equal arm of government.
We have an incredible amount of potential.
Whatever it is I was doing, because of my personal DNA, it had to be of an international standard.
Which is what, seriously speaking, is all about.
Yes, hello there. It's 2018. We're happy we entered the new year, but we're going to be talking about a very serious topic. This is seriously speaking after all. When I told my crew I was going to discuss these topics, the first edition in the new year, they're like, oh, isn't that too heavy for 2018? But you know what? Let's start the new year on a clean state, deciding how we can better protect ourselves against what I would call some of the terrible social ills in our society. Rape and kidnapping. We'll be back on Seriously Speaking. Yes, welcome back. My first guest is a young woman called Ayodeji that runs an NGO that's called Stand to End Rape. How did I find her? I found her on Google because Google showed the work that she was doing, and I watched the video. A young woman who is not only preaching against rape, but asking people and showing them where they can get help. Now, this girl is only 27, and I'm like, wow. She has a master's in international relations and specializing in gender, but the first degree she had is in development. You know, I did that. Ayodeji is on set, but your name is more than Ayodeji.
Yes.
What is it?
Oluwaseun Ayodeji Oshowabi.
So why do you like to call both of them Oluwaseun Ayodeji?
Because it makes my parents proud. They forgot to give me an English name, so they wanted it to be very clear that they were very specific about the names that they gave me. So every time I have to introduce myself, I would say Oluwaseun Ayodeji Oshowabi, because that's what they know.
Oluwaseun means?
Thank God.
Ayodeji means?
My joy has come in double portion.
You are the only daughter?
Yes, I am.
And now you're talking, standing to end rape. I mean, you've had very nasty incidences in your life.
Yes.
And I guess that will be a story for another day, right?
Yes.
But the thing is, what happened to you as a youth corper is one that interests me. How does a young girl of 19 who's serving turn away from $1 million offer to register underage kids? So how did that happen? You see, I know these things.
I was at a point where I was tired of how Nigeria looked.
At 19?
And yes, I was really tired.
So it was 2010?
Yes, I was very tired about Nigeria not moving forward and we having the same cycle of leaders, you know. And so I thought, you know what, I was going to stand for accountability and transparency. And I wanted us to actually vote for the person we believe will take us to the next level.
What did this person want from you?
He wanted me to register underage children, yes, to make them eligible to vote.
And did this guy get elected?
Yes, he did.
So you won't tell me his name?
No, I wouldn't.
Okay.
But he wanted more people to vote for him. And I said, if indeed you are a great person, like you say you are, then you don't need me to support you. You need your people to actually vote for you, you know, in numbers, in troops, across the state. But I understood what he wanted. He wanted to have numbers, but he wasn't qualified for those numbers. And I was not going to have it. So I said no.
But he got it anyway.
Well, yeah, he got it, but then it would have got it easier, you know, because it was a very slight chance. I know how these things work. He had to go through the back door to get it. But if he had come through me the way he wanted to have it, he would have had a lot of
Story has that he paid somebody eventually anyway.
Yeah,
so
he did.
Your loss or her gain?
Not my loss, because I stood for what I believed in. It doesn't have to be...
How did people treat you after that? Well, I mean, youth service, a tiny little girl, some back village in River State.
It was a very horrible experience.
Girl who graduated from maybe comes to do youth service.
I know. I was a stranger. I was an outcast in their community, and I was coming there to change what they wanted. So they wouldn't have it, you know. I'm not from their state, so I can't understand what they want from the man.
I went that route because that's where the setting for the work that you're doing today situated.
Yes.
Because you saw firsthand from people around you how when you're too close to a guy, he can take advantage of you.
Absolutely. I saw that.
And you decided that this is the kind of work I'm going to do at just 19.
At 19, at the time, I didn't think it was what I wanted to do. I just was confused on what to do or where to get help. And so my mom, who is my backbone and my support, told me, you know what, you were not created to be a statistics. This must have happened for a reason. And she said, this is a vision God has given to you. Ask him for direction. And that's what I did. And that's how Stand to End Rape initiative started.
Mm-hmm. But you ended up, you went to the uni first to get your master's.
Yes, I did.
And you didn't look for a job?
No. Doing the master's, I worked 5 jobs. Yes, so I could save enough money to come back to Nigeria and start the organization. Mm-hmm. Yes.
Now, the organization is how many years old?
3 years.
How did Google find you?
Good question. We analyzed that sometimes when we go to court, the major problem is lack of evidence. And this is because most survivors...
And because of your work?
Yes. Most survivors could not find the nearest hospital to them to get support or to go get tested. Mm-hmm. So we sat down as a team and said, what can we do? You know, we have smartphones, we have internet, but what can we use it for? We said, you know what, it's best to have Google Maps, help us map out hospitals, you know, in Lagos State and police stations as well, so that when this issue occurs, you can immediately visit one of these centers. And so we reached out to Google UK, and Google UK said, oh, fantastic, we were thinking of the idea, and this works for us. So they came to Nigeria, and we went around Lagos State, and we started mapping hospitals and police stations. And afterwards, we had a very large event with local guides, and they were the ones who eventually mapped over 200 hospitals at that time.
So today, any young girl that happens to get experience this kind of thing can just quietly walk away and quickly
find a hospital closest to them.
Okay, I'll take a break because we're going to have a conversation with my next guest on the panel. And when I return, I will introduce him. I will get a little bit about his work before we converse. Thank you and well done, by the way. We'll be right back on Seriously Speaking.